This is the Great Legend, and I am coming at you live from Dark Avenger Inc. Plus with another in-depth comic book review. This time, fans, we have Captain America Issue 3 by Rick Remender and John Romita Jr. Check out that cover. Look at the Cap. He is fighting back. Just got done reading this issue. I also read issues 1 and 2 before it because I forgot what happened. So I had to reread. Story starts out where the Captain America, he's been stranded in the wastelands of Dimension Z through the evil machinations of Arnim Zola. And so he's stuck here. He also has Zola's son, who Zola was doing in a scientific experiment on this little baby, and his name's Ian, is what the captain named him. So he's got Ian, who's now like, I would say maybe like 1.5 or 2 years old or so. And at the end of issue 2, he was captured by the Frox, which is a primitive tribal nation that lives on Dimension Z that is a enemy of Zola. They don't like Zola because Zola took out the other tribes. So the story starts out in a flashback. You got the Zola Ancestral Castle 1929. This butler guy here with the glasses, you see right there, he's Zola, and he's talking to this guy saying, you know, don't worry about your wife, she'll be okay, she'll come back one of these days. But it just goes to show that Zola, the wife, went with her down her Doberman dog, I think it was Doberman, yeah, and the dog was supposed to protect the wife, right? But looks like Zola had some fun, and you see right there, Zola did some science experiments on the woman and the dog, so now she is a woman/dog. So anyways, it just kind of shows at an early age in 1929 that Zola was already doing weird experiments to people, mutated style experiments. Then it flashes forward and it shows his daughter in Dimension Z now, and there's Zola there with his weird head that's in some middle of a body, a la Krang, TMNT, and that big robot body. But Zola's talking to the daughter and saying, you know, here's your armor, now go fight and be a good warrior. And that's just a little Zola love for this issue. Then it starts where the captain and Ian, they were captured last issue because the tribe thought that they were with Zola, you know, supporters of Zola. So they're going to be executed with Cap's own shield. But before the guy can execute Cap, he's a tyrant. His name, it's on down the line. But anyways, this tyrant guy, really big guy, he wants to kill the Captain America because he thinks he's part of Zola. And at the end, one guy that actually grabbed Cap when he was fighting in issue 2, these bad guys, he knows Cap's a good guy, so he saves him, right? And he brings, he stops the execution from happening, comes home, and this guy brings him home to his wife. I'm trying to find the name of these characters, but they're actually good people that believe in Cap's innocence and Ian's innocence. So they bring him home so he can live with them, and he feeds him. Cap's hand is badly injured, so he's trying to nurse him back to health. And they are fishing right here. See? They're out fishing right in there, right there. And Cap is telling him that maybe you need to stand up against the tyrant of the tribe. And the tyrant's name is the Zofjor. And Cap's talking to his friend here, his new buddy. And the Frox tribe, everyone is scared of Zofjar because he's a tyrant. So Zofjar comes up from behind and nails the Cap in the back with his own shield. And his buddy right here is really surprised. So he hears Cap trying to rile up the buddy, He says, "This is why you want him to live, to undermine the safety of the clan?" And he says, "He is right, Zulfjar. You are a tyrant." And he says, "No, truth, tell me." And then what happens is Zulfjar shoots Cap's newfound friend in the face. So Cap blames himself. Cap gets really hacked off, beats the crap out of this guy Zulfjar, but Zulfjar gets a cut on Cap in his gut in his area. So a big fight happens. Zulfjar says, "You disrespect our tribe." So he slices Cap open, and Cap goes down. See in this picture here, Cap's all bloodied up, and he's just trying to get away. And he's, blaming himself. "I lied to Ian, lying since I got into this walking nightmare, lying every time I promised that we would make it, that we were safe when we got home, where food was coming from." He's blaming himself. He says, "Blood, there should be more blood. There should be more blood in his chest." But then he gets a voice down from his midsection, and it said, "You should be more careful." Ooh, I don't know if I ought to show you the last page. But hell, this is in depth, so there you go. Then we have a little Zola guy right there, and it goes, "You must protect your Zola, Arachas. He is your new closest friend." It's a little German style. So Zola's in his chest there, because his chest has been hurting a lot. Now, Rogers has long hair, and he has, the beard going, because a year has passed since he arrived on Dimension Z and escaped Zola's hands the first time. But Zola hasn't given up searching for Rogers, because Zola is trying to get his son back that Rogers, went ahead and took. So that's kind of how this story is going. This story is more of a sci-fi style story, I would say. From your normal, let's beat up Nazis and put it into Red Skull and all that other kind of stuff. This is my first dive into Captain America comics, or anything Cap. So it's been really good. I've enjoyed the story. It's kind of got a sci-fi twist, because you're throwing the Captain in this Dimension Z that this bad guy Arnim Zola is, it's futuristic. We see that Zola's not human anymore, so this means this Zola guy, had a robot body with his head in the chest. And what they did in issue number, I think it was 2, maybe issue 1 or 2, they injected Captain's chest with some kind of stuff. So he's got his own Zola inside his chest now at the end of issue 3. So it's one of those deals, and I like what they did. Each of these issues so far, I really dig this. They always end it with some crazy climax that you have to see the next issue to find out what the hell's going on. So really like this. At the end of issue 1, he escapes with the baby in his shield, which was cool. At the end of issue number 2, he's about to get decapitated by the Farox clan, and at the end of issue 3, he's got his own Zola in his chest. So really excited for Captain America the series. Of course, my buddy Craig from Dark Avenger Inc., aka Craig Rorschach's Journal, got me on these Captain Americas, and he's probably got the most passion out of anyone in our comic book community about Captain America, besides our good friend Captain Cummings as well. But we got some big Captain America fans in the comic book community. I want to see what all the hype's about, and I'm really enjoying this story. It's got a great sci-fi twist to it with a little old school soldier in it too. So really good book. So I hope you enjoyed this review. This has been The Great Legend, coming at you live from Dark Avenger Inc. Plus, and I guess that's it. Peace out. God bless.